Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm creating two cards where I did quite a lot of ink blending, but it all started with the purchase of the Stamp Market's Scripty Joy layering die set. Now I wanted to feature it. It's a really elegant joy. It's the most gorgeous script ever, but I needed something to go with it that was sort of Christmassy in my opinion. So I took this Scallop Stripe from My Favorite Things, and it was released a few months back. I bought it then. I don't think that I used it so far, which is a shame. But it came out with a lot of C kind of stamps, and so maybe I was just focused on combining it once with a stamp set that is sort of Nautic theme, and I didn't do that so far. But then I looked at its stamp set and I thought, well, it could also be sort of the decorations on the tree, this Scallop Stripe. And with that idea in mind, I decided to clear heat emboss it on a piece of paper and then start ink blending. So here I am making sure that I am stamping it really crisp using my Versamark clear embossing ink. And then I'm going to use my Ranger clear embossing powder super fine detail. So once I added this embossing powder as well as heated it, I came up with this crazy idea to make two panels like this because, well, that's an option. Also, everything was still in my MISTI, so I could easily stamp it out again. And so I went for that, and it was handy because if you are not up for ink blending twice, then you can leave the second panel for a moment when you are up for it. If you are like me, then you can start doubting about the colors that you're going to use for the ink blending, and then you have two panels so you can do two combos. So that's what I did today. Originally in my head I had this Christmas rainbow, as I already used in the past as well, by Laura Besson. You go from red to green and there you stop. So that's what I did first. On my second panel, however, I am going for a purpley bluish gradient because I really like the blue for a Christmas card, like the night sky blue kind of vibe. And then there is also the gorgeous purple gradient that you can do. So I decided to mix them for my second panel. But first, the Christmas rainbow. I took several distress inks, and this one is the Candied Apple, Spiced Marmalade, Mustard Seed, Twisted Citron, and Mauve Lawn. I love these colors, but depending on whatever day I am ink blending, it might be that I take other distressings because there are several colors of each. So you just pick your favorites. Now for my warm tones, I used one brush for the yellow. I started again because I didn't want it to be completely orange, and then for the greens I took another blending brush just because it can get quite muddy if there is still a bit of orange or anything like that on the brush. So I went for it, and I went back and forth between the colors until I liked the blend. I just love the vibrancy of the Christmas rainbow. I think it's genius. I think the term should be in a dictionary with the explanation like Laura Besson does. I love it. And once you're done with the ink blending, you can buff off the excess ink on your embossing powder. Normally it will resist the ink, and then you can really lift that ink up and have that white come through. Now on to my second combination, and it was sort of an organic come together because, well, I used more than this. Well, I also added black soot. So this combination is picked raspberry, faded jeans, dipped sapphire, and black soot. The lovely thing about pink and the blue is that if you mix it, you get the purple. So you can definitely go from pink to purple to blue. But if you don't have a purple, or if you're not sure which purple you can use, then just use the pink and the blue because it will give you a purple like this. And I love this purple. I think it's not there yet in a distressing kind of assortment. This purple that I got from mixing the two, so well, maybe a new color. No, Tim Holtz. Well, that being said, as you can see here I went for the dark blue and I went back to the lighter one, and then just to give it something extra, I went in with the black Soot, but only on the top. Truly, I didn't go very far. And this panel, of course, is bigger than an A2 size, as you can see. I'm still going to trim it. Therefore, I'm going to use the Waffle Flowers A2 layers die. Lately, I have been using this die a lot, and I love it. It's a really handy basic. So I used it on both panels, and then I could continue with the reason for these cards being the Scripty Joy layering from the stamp market. It's this gorgeous die set. And you have the shadow and then the word. And I was so surprised. Sometimes when you buy something, you have another thing in your head. I sort of had the thickness in my head of the joy that you can see here from the die. But when you die cut it, look at that elegant, fine joy. It's crazy. So for my Christmas rainbow, I went with the gold glitter cardstock. More specifically, I need to look it up. It's I think it's one from, well, I'm not sure. I cannot say it. It will be on my blog posts. It will be Tonic Studio Glitter Card Gold Dust. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. I'm running out, and it's sold out wherever I normally buy it, so I'm freaking out. But I have some backup plans for gold glitter cardstocks. And then for my other card here, I am using the Purple Rain from Tonic Studio as well, but this is mirror card. So I line it up really carefully onto my vellum. The vellum is from Bazzil for the shadow. And how incredible is this word? I mean, I cannot get enough of it. The cards are still on my drawer, well, not drawer, on my, well, the word is slipping out of my head. How stupid. Well, it doesn't matter. I can still look at it every day, and every time that I walk by, I'm like, that joy. I mean, and can we also say this background? I don't know if you're like me and also stuck with the idea of it being nautic, the theme, but it works. In my opinion, this is just genius. Sometimes I have those moments, yes. So here I am adding a bit of a sentiment that I wanted to add extra. This is the Itty Bitty Holiday Wishes from My Favorite Things. I think I already advertised it enough. These Itty Bitty sentiment stamp sets from My Favorite Things, they are genius. I have them all, and whatever they will bring out, I will buy as well. Maybe Valentine. You never know. But I will buy them because it's just genius. I need those basic sentiments, and just having a whole set with several basics that you can use for that reason that you need it. It's genius because I love punny sentiments, but sometimes I truly need a basic sentiment, and these sets are perfect for that. So after trimming it out, I used the itty bitty strips for that from My Favorite Things, which match perfectly with the itty bitty sentiments. So I die cut it, and then I am going to adhere everything. So really carefully adding some liquid glue behind the joy, but I'm trying to keep it behind the word that I added on the shadow. This way it normally shouldn't be peeking through, because vellum can well, your liquid glue can peek from underneath the vellum if you are not careful enough. So here I'm just really slowly going over it. I sped it up quite a bit. And I'm sort of laying it exactly on the same spot. You can lower it, you can place it in the middle if you want to, you can play it, well, on the bottom of your card. You can play it place it anywhere you want to. And then for my sentiments, since I have black cardstock, I decided to go for my thin foam squares, but my black ones, I have a few from these black ones. I don't use them a lot because I don't add a lot of black strips, sentiment strips, but I think if you add a black sentiment strip and you have these black thin foam squares, then that's definitely the way to go, because this way it will be black all the way. There will no white be peeking from underneath it, and I love it. Okay, that being said, going to add these sentiment strips as straight as possible, overlapping it a bit with the joy, but also a bit offset because I didn't want to overlap it with both the two swirly letters that I will not pronounce. So I did that, I liked it, so I did it again, and then it was time to add some embellishments. The fun but really difficult part. Now, as for the joy, I used different embellishments. But first, let's add it to a card basis. I'm just using some adhesive roller. This one is the Tombow Maxi Power Tape, which is a really good tape. I love tape. Well, I love roller tapes to add panels straight on my card bases. So once that's on there, I'm going to embellish. And for today, well, for my rainbow kind of version, I am using Itty Bitty Stars. These one are from Little Things from Lucy's cards. They are the matte gold. I love it. I also have the regular gold ones, and I don't use them often. I most of the time use matte, but I will use the gold ones. I need to. I bought them. I cannot start. Well, I did already start, but I cannot keep hoarding without using. So, but I just prefer matte. I don't know why. So after adding it a bit randomly, I searched for embellishments for the other card, and I came up with the Meraki Sparkle Periwinkle, which is an incredible embellishment from Crafty Meraki. As I'm on the design team, I'm lucky to have these gorgeous embellishments, and they have many other colors. But since I had this pink to purple to blue combination, I thought it was perfect. You can see several colors in these embellishments, and there are so many sizes. I love it. In one jar, I think there are 6 or 7 sizes, if I'm not wrong, and it's just genius. So I added them same places as the stars, so that was easy. Again, once you have a layout that works, it works the second time as well. So that is my joy card with the pink to blues, and that is my rainbow, Christmas rainbow version. So what do you prefer? Which one? I'm really curious because, well, currently it's actually 50-50. I asked my parents, they prefer the purple ones. I asked the boyfriend, he preferred the rainbow because he loves greens, and whenever there is green on a card, the card will win. I already know. I don't know why I ask him. Really. He's predictable. But it's good. I like them both, but I'm really curious because they are completely different in vibe, kinda, in my opinion, but they are the same, as you know. So this is my video for today and my 2 cards. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you liked them. If you do, you can always give this video a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by. You guys are incredible. I wish you all an amazing day, and I'll be back soon. Bye!